I realize now that this thing is so uncomfortable to wear. So I had to, because I'm reviewing this movie before I do the 400 subscriber video that I have to make today. I mean tomorrow. So thank God that I got that removed. But, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Daily Reacts TV here, and welcome to a brand new movie review. Now, today is a brand stinking new movie review. It's not a new release, but it's an oldie. It's a classic, and I've been wanting to do a whole, playlist upon this, certain actors' movies, and that is The Mask, starring Jim Carrey, released in, 1989, 1990s, I believe? I don't know. I love this movie, and it's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. Yes, starring Jim Carrey. So, The Mask basically starts, the premise of The Mask basically is where Stanley Ipkiss is, like, a nice guy who he has a long, hard time with relationships, such as myself, and basically finds out, like, he goes to this, I'm sorry, I'm tired, by the way. He goes into this, freaking party thing, this nightclub, and gets kicked out. He gets this crappy car that he's supposed to replace his own car, and then basically he goes in and finds something that is like an old material, like a wooden mask. And basically, he puts it on, and he turns into The Mask, where The Mask basically is like this psychotic, crazy-looking dude with just a green face, and basically roams around. While there's gangsters, like, running around in this city as well, where Stanley Ipkiss lives. So basically, he has to learn of the material of this item that he found, and also has to keep it safe from people that might use it for evil. And does he? Like, he failed this time, but yeah, that's basically the premise of The Mask. Now, a lot of you guys don't know, I grew up with The Mask, and The Mask is one of my beloved favorite movies from Jim Carrey's history. Jim Carrey's basically acting career. I know Jim Carrey's now fully retired, but I feel like I had to review this movie, and this is actually one of the ones I watched the most as a kid. I have seen Mr. Popper's Penguins, Christmas Carol, Horton Hears a Who, The Grinch. Oh yeah, we're definitely reviewing that for Christmas. But I wanted to review this movie for a very long time. And basically, I gotta say though too, is like, there's a lot of things I recall that I didn't remember the first time I watched this, or 1,000 times that I watched this movie. But I will say that this film was one of the best films I've seen in a very, very long time. And that's saying a lot. So let's basically start with the characters. Stanley Ipkiss, played by Jim Carrey. Without a doubt, this is one of Jim Carrey's best performance as an actor, who is playing a normal guy that gets a mask that transformed him into this, I don't know how to explain it, but he portrays this guy so well, Stanley Ipkiss, who is basically a guy who can't get a single chick, by the way, completely on that, can't get a single chick. He's also, yeah, like I said, he's a hopeless romantic. He can't get a single chick. He hates his job at the bank, and when he finds this, and he hates living in the apartment he lives at, because the person that he rents this apartment from is a jerk. She's a complete jerk. And Stanley, he's having a miserable life, but when he finds this material, this mask, he's like, you know what? I want to take this home and put it on. And he puts it on, and you could tell by Jim Carrey's actions that they were like, okay, go crazy on this. And he does. He goes full on crazy with his performance as the Mask, and he has done it by far the best thing I have seen in any film that Jim Carrey has done. Jim Carrey, I don't know what it is, but the director that they picked for this film and they had you be directed by, flawless. You did a very fine job, Jim Carrey. Actually, one of my favorite films that you've done, known as a Jim Carrey fan. I will also say that too, that the gangsters were pretty interesting. They were scary. They were very active. And very much like, there is moments in this movie where you're looking at the gangsters and the main lead of them, which we'll talk about, they really, like, took their time and effort with these guys. Like, they're like, okay, we need you to do, this is what we want from gangster sides. You need to be, like, a better gangster. And this is how we can do it. And I think they, like, line up everything. They're like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is also what we're going to do. Can we also do this? Good, let's do it. And they do it, and it's like one of those amazing, flawless kind of things you can kind of do in this kind of film. And I think they really did well. The main gangster, he's psychotic. Let me just say, he is fully psychotic. Like, there is moments when you're watching this movie, and you see him do the stuff that he's doing, fully psychotic. Fully psychotic. But other than that, I can't say anything else about him. He's very intimidating, especially when he wears the mask. He is very, very intimidating, let me just say. I also want to say, though, too, about what's great about this film, is that the story is one of those stories that you will love. Without a doubt, the story is one of the best stories I had, and I've seen in any film with Jim Carrey. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy to have a story like that with Jim Carrey and what they were developing in this movie. The story, like I said, it's flawless. It has a great story. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. It makes you really smile. It makes me laugh because the stuff they've written for this movie, oh my god. And the comedy is one of the best comedies I've seen in any Jim Carrey film. Like, there's moments where the comedy doesn't stick, but it makes me laugh to, like, a bunch. You know, and it works like that. It works very well, and I think they did very, very well with the comedy in this movie. And I gotta say, like, they nailed it out of the park with the comedy, because there's moments in this movie, there's one joke that made me laugh out loud as an adult, where the mask is basically giving these thugs balloons. And he's basically saying, alright, now it's time for you, son. And he pulls out a condom, and it was used. And I was sitting there like, oh my god. Yeah, this is a PG-13 movie with Jim Carrey, and they nailed it out of the park with that joke. I was dying with laughter, and It's Totally Cody watched the movie. I saw his commentary on it. And he was like, and it wasn't even used, like, ew. Like, he was trying hard to laugh so much. Like, the dude, Jim Carrey's a legend. Let's just say that. I will say, though, also, like, there is a couple of moments where it felt intimidating. Like, the movie felt very intimidating. Like, you have these detectives that are going after the mask, of course. And the one dude is an idiot. And he made me laugh throughout the film. I was like, okay, he's like me, kind of, when I'm an idiot. But, like, the one cop is such a crackhead. I feel like he is a crackhead. Because the dude literally yells at everyone that he sees and calls anyone idiots. And that is Mr. Karen. I believe in that. Because this dude, the detective, doesn't even know what the frick's going on. Where's this green mask goon went? Why is he over here? Why did he rob this bank? And then he yells at his, like, other detective, like, shut up! And I'm just like, dude, chill off. Just because you don't get the dude that you're hunting down, like, this dude does not mean you get to intimidate and yell at your detectives. Sorry, I have to put it out there. The romance in this movie between Stanley Ipkiss and Tina, I believe, was very well developed, especially knowing that this actress played Fiona in Shrek. And you guys know me, I love Shrek. And seeing her in anything else, I was, like, a little nervous about. Like, the only thing I could see her in is The Mask and Shrek, you know? But other than that, like, they did very well. She did very well for her role in this movie. I don't believe this was her first role. I don't believe it. But other than that, she was very, like, their romance was not forced. That's a good thing. I thought it was going to be like, if I was going back to this movie, I was like, okay, either the romance is going to be forced, or it's just going to be something very stupid. Ends up being that the romance wasn't neither of those. And I'm glad it wasn't, because if it was, we would have had a lot of problems, you know? Other than that, I say the only problem I have with the movie is the CGI, but this was back in the 90s. Other than that, I have nothing else to say about The Mask. I had a great time with this movie again as a 21-year-old. I know this is a short review, but don't worry, the 400 subscriber video is being worked on. I actually will work on it later on tomorrow, and I'm going to actually stream after this, so believe it or not. I obviously really love this movie. I'm going to give The Mask a 10 out of 10. Phenomenal film. I highly recommend you guys watch it. Whatever you have it on, HBO Max, Netflix, whatever, watch it. The Mask is worth it. Trust me. Overall, guys, I would love to know what you guys think of The Mask. Make sure to smack the like button on the red button, which is subscribe. Turn on your notifications to be notified video I make. Go in the link in the description to my gaming channel, my Discord server, my Instagram, and my TikTok. As always, I'm Daily Reacts. Take care, you guys.
You sure you know what you're doing, buddy?
I'm sure.
Then do what you gotta do.
Sure you're not gonna miss this guy? When he's gone, all that's left is me.